Guys, tell me something. If a 22-year-old kid comes to you and says that I want to make 1 crore in the next 3 years, how would you guide the kid?
पैसा अगर गोल है ना तो आप कर नहीं पाओगे क्योंकि कंटेंट इतना मुश्किल है लंका लग जाती है while it is great to have money as a goal it can't be your the goal
बट मैं थोड़ा सा डिसएग्री भी करता हूँ. This was true 10 years ago. The first movers start with passion. The second movers start with FOMO. But the third, they start because of strategy.
Guys, India's creator economy has just crossed $2 billion.
Creator economy. Creator economy.
The creator economy.
Creators are not just entertainers anymore. The new culture shapers, the trend setters, and in some cases, mini media companies.
By 2030, it is set to influence $1 trillion in consumer spending. So from teenagers making crores to VCs to even founders with 100 crore exits, everyone wants to be a creator. But the question is, why? While some creators make crores a month in revenue with very less subscribers, some even with millions of subscribers struggle to make 30,000 rupees a month. And while some creators still depend on just brand revenue, Bhuvan has become a movie star, Kusha has become an entrepreneur, and Nikhil Kamath has become a podcaster. But the question is, why? To decode this, we have Viraj, whose company Monk Entertainment manages the biggest creator portfolios in the country. We have Ayush from Owl, an AI native media company that produces over 700 videos a month for brands like Cred, PhonePe, and Disney Plus Hotstar. And we have Aryan from Binge Labs, who runs one of India's go-to agencies for founder personal branding. They work with 90 founders every single month and have scaled their distribution to millions. And by the end of this episode, you will understand how brands pick creators, what are the superpowers that content creation can unlock for you, which creators will die in the next 3 years, and what are the brutal truths of this dazzling creator economy. When you see somebody like Samay Rana being paid 50 lakh rupees for a reel, how do you assess the effectiveness of a campaign without looking at views and reach?
If you want to run an experiment as a brand, I'll tell you what you should do. Stop every piece of marketing. Only do one type of marketing.
वो CMO कौन से एक्टर का सबसे बड़ा फैन है, इतना ही है मैट्रिक. उसको किसके साथ सेल्फी चाहिए.
हर प्लेटफॉर्म का पर्पस क्या है? YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter.
I think Twitter is like the boardroom of social media platforms and Instagram is like the concerts of social media platforms.
when Mr. Beast followed me guess how many followers I would be at
2000?
350 is there any other platform where you will get this kind of thing you wouldn't
One takeaway and one controversial opinion that you have about the creator economy.
Brands need to stop thinking of creators like walking billboards. Please don't send me another brief where I have to just take 50 names and 50 features and just say it to the camera.
What kind of creators will die in the next 2 to 3 years?
Months में ही हो जाएगा, years की बात नहीं.
feel like creators who will die are the creators who will not
दोस्तों, ये चैनल ज़ेरोदा और थिंक स्कूल का एक जॉइंट इनिशिएटिव है जिसके माध्यम से हम भारत को वर्ल्ड क्लास बिजनेस एजुकेशन देना चाहते हैं. तो अगर आप भी बिजनेस सीखना चाहते हो तो प्लीज़ इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो. आपके लिए तो ये फ्री है, लेकिन हमारे लिए ये बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है. ओके guys, tell me something. If a 22-year-old kid comes to you and says that I want to make 1 crore in the next 3 years, how would you guide the kid?
See, at this point in 2026, my recommendation is content should not be done for content's sake only. If you are going to look at all these plethora of coaches and personal branding first companies that have started off, that hey, I can tell you how to make content and how to scale it so that you can become a great content creator. I don't think that works out now. You need to approach it with some kind of purpose, which is, do you want to either tell a great story? Are you building something along with content? Do you want to be a subject matter expert? If you just want to start off saying, hey, I'm going to make comedy content, that's great, but it can be super tiresome because doing content is like running on a treadmill constantly. And when you only look at, okay, these are the 5 hooks that I will crack, और सबको पता है hooks क्या है क्योंकि Claude और ChatGPT पे मिल जाते हैं कि ठीक है कि POV, you just found out X, I will kiss the guy that told me this hack, there are like so many. No, this is actually this is a fact, right? Or you just rage bait. It is illegal to know that I know this fact, etc. Because at this point everybody has become a creator, so everybody knows these hacks themselves as a viewer as well. So I think as content production gets cheaper, distribution gets easier, what will matter is who has a unique perspective on things. And it doesn't have to be, again, unique for unique sake. Like, I'll give you an instance. For example, you look at any big concert that happens, okay? The next day your feed will be full of those reels from those concerts, because the shared experience. Karan Aujla ka Holi wala concert in Bombay did not do well. There were 50 reels about it. Because of that, they also had to take proactive action. They chose to, and kudos to them, they chose to do a free concert for the people that had attended it. That means that we are, like, the online to offline experience also becoming a joint experience altogether. So what it does, it's not a unique thing that you're experiencing, but it's a shareable thing that you're experiencing. Talk about that. Your perspectives will start mattering way too much now on the internet. If you're just going to be like, मैं लोगों को बस हंसाऊंगा, तुम हंसा सकते हो, लेकिन ऐसे हजारों लोग और हैं, and the competition to fight that is going to be too difficult, too stringent, and it will dampen your spirit to constantly make content. So I think in today's time, if you were to make content, just start with some particular domains you're personally passionate about. Any creator that comes to us, I tell them, what are the 3 core genres you want to focus on? Try to delve deeper within those itself. Now, that could be wellness, that could be dance, that could be speaking skills. Okay, how do you delve around those 3 specifically? Today, when a brand manager is looking at profiles, and I tell this Pareto principle at play here also, 20% or top 20% gets 80% of the work in this industry, right? I think top 10% only gets most of the work. That's because there are humans sitting behind these screens making these decisions. When you appear on their feed, they take the decision कि यार इसको काम देते हैं. That happens one of 2 ways. One is when you have a specific industry that you are irreplaceable in. Example, Arjun Vaidya, right? He's the only VC making content, or at least only VC of his scale making content actively. So he gets to demand his price point. He gets to define the ceiling in that price point. Now, he must be only at like 300 or 400k followers, but he will be able to charge way better than a comedy creator who has 1 million followers. Why? Because comedy creators are dime a dozen. A VC who speaks sense, 1 or maybe 5. So that's what I would tell any 22-year-old creator today. Define what it is that you want to speak about. And at 22, you will not be an expert. So figure what you're passionate about. And that is your unfair advantage. So play to your strengths.
So purpose, perspective, and passion.
Purpose, perspective, and niche.
Ayush, have you seen creators like these? Because yesterday I remember you telling me about an F1 creator. Talk to me about that example.
I'll take a step back first. I think you asked content से 1 crore रुपए कैसे बनाने हैं ना. तो पहले तो देखो, overall with AI, cost of production will become very, very less. We had the first phenomenon of cost of production coming down was when smartphones and data became very, very cheap. So anyone could create content. एक step back लेते हैं. The bet that you have to take in today's world is on distribution. Distribution can be looked at in 3 ways. 1, as a person who's 22-year-old, I think तुम 3 तरीके से distribution को देख सकते हो. पहला, you can either own your distribution, which is what creating content for yourself, which is what Viraj said. I'll give an example of that in just a second, which is where I agree with Viraj. Second is making distribution, which is the skill to make distribution for somebody else, is also a huge skill in 2026. If I can go to a brand or a founder or a content creator and tell them, I can help you build your own distribution, huge skill. Because video बनाने का अभी skill नहीं है. With AI coming in, अब तुम देखो video बनाना आसान हो जाएगा. Beautiful videos also will become very, very easy. But can I make the video in such a way, can I make the piece of content in such a way that it creates distribution for somebody else, which they can then later monetize to launch their product, to get brand deals? Highly valuable. And third is renting distribution. Do I have the skill to help a brand rent distribution? Super valuable, which is what Viraj also does. I also do in influencer marketing. So पहले तो एक step back लेना चाहिए उस इंसान को, समझना चाहिए कि उसका personal skill set कहाँ lie करता है. क्या वो इतना प्रेजेंटेबल है, क्या वो इतना एक्सट्रोवर्टेड है कि वो जाके कंटेंट बनाए, तो ओन योर ओन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन। क्या उसमें B2B बात करने की क्षमता है, क्या वो क्लाइंट्स को परसुएड कर सकता है, क्या वो क्लाइंट को कन्विंस कर सकता है, तो उसको या तो इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग के अंदर कुछ करना चाहिए या फिर उसको कंटेंट प्रोडक्शन की एजेंसी चलानी चाहिए जिसके अंदर वो दूसरे लोगों के लिए डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बनाए। All these three things are extremely valuable in today's economy. Now, which one do you pick is dependent upon your skill set. For example, I have technically picked all three. I am building distribution for brands. I am also helping them rent distribution through influencer marketing, and I am also creating my own distribution. But it happens step by step. So पहले तो मैं बोलूँगा पहले डिसाइड करो, क्योंकि हर इंसान क्रिएटर नहीं बन सकता मुझे लगता है, बिकॉज यार you need a certain level of extrovertedness, you need a certain level of, you have to be out there, you have to put yourself out there, and that can be very tiring. It's not tiring for all of us because we are used to that, but we know a lot of people who it is tiring for. I'm sure there are people in this room जिनके लिए बहुत skillful हैं but content बनाना tiring है. To create your own content, what Virat said, which is passion. I think what you're passionate about is very beautiful. In our last podcast also we spoke about how when you're passionate about something, you crack business in that category a lot more. Now comes the example, right? Aditya Bhatt is a good friend, amazing person. He creates F1 content. Amazing case study, okay? This guy has 100 and maybe 30-40K followers. He has a picture, which is a picture which you, me, Ganesh, nobody will understand, okay? This picture is, what was a throttle response or something? It's a graph. It's a static काम भी नहीं करता. लोग कहते हैं reel काम करता है, carousel काम करता है. It's a static with a throttle response or something in a corner. I'm forgetting.
बस 5 लाइन्स है भाई, random colors.
5 lines हैं, black background, 5 lines, and each line represents the color of a team. That picture has 70,800 likes, not views, likes. I'm guessing considering the view ratio, इस पे 2 million के आसपास views होंगे. So when you look at somebody like Aditya, now imagine Las Vegas F1 happens, who will they call as a creator? Aditya. What he said, right? Arjun Vaidya can command a price. Aditya can command whatever price. Business class tickets, all the perks. I'll charge 10 lakh rupees to just come and cover the event. So I would highly recommend, if the choice that you've taken is not the agency, not the talent, not the content production agency, अगर तुम खुद के creator बन रहे हो ना, तो कहीं ना कहीं अपना passion ढूंढो और उसके अंदर ना come off as a subject matter expert. Go so deep in that niche that when I think of that, I think of you. Now I don't create that content anymore, but I remember 1-1.5 साल पहले like हाँ agency freelancing, हाँ आयुष से बात कर लो. Even though I was a very small creator number wise, but that recall was there. That recall is super important because in abundance of content, if every single day hundreds of, मैं इसको बता रहा था कि 700 से 750 वीडियोस बनाते हैं हम हर महीने. This is increasing to 1500 in another 2 months. So much content being dumped. That recall, who has that recall of that one niche wins, makes money and makes that 1 crore much faster. So 2 चीज़ें मुझे लगता है करनी चाहिए. But हाँ, as I said, content खुद का बनाना is just one of the 3 things you can do technically in content. Lots of money to be made in the other 2 as well.
Aryan?
Yeah, I would like to थोड़ा सा go back into the fundamentals. If a 22-year comes to me and asks, यार, how do I make 1 crore using content? I would say that is a fundamentally wrong question. यार मतलब पैसा अगर गोल है ना तो आप कर नहीं पाओगे, क्योंकि कंटेंट इतना मुश्किल है, आपको पता है, सबको पता है, लंका लग जाती है. 1 करोड़ बनाना यानी महीने के 10 लाख 8 लाख रुपए हो गए. 8 लाख रुपए देश में क्या होता है, मतलब बहुत कुछ हो जाता है 8 लाख रुपए में. अगर आप ये एम करने जा रहे हो ना, आप बीच में ही छोड़ दोगे, क्योंकि इतना हाईज एंड लोज आएंगे, इतने हाईज एंड लोज आएंगे, और आप हर बार इसका आपका सक्सेस मेट्रिक ही पैसा है, तो आप बीच में ही छोड़ दोगे. तो आई तो डोंट अग्री डैट अगर आप ये सोच भी रहे हो तो आपको ये करना चाहिए, आप शुरू ही मत करो, क्योंकि आप फेल तो हो गई. सो योर क्वेश्चन शुड बी कि यार हाउ डू आई मेक कॉन्टेंट दैट कैन स्टिल वर्क. दैट इज स्टिल अ बेटर क्वेश्चन टू आस्क. मनी तो इक्वेशन से आउट होना चाहिए. मनी इज ऑलवेज अ कॉन्सिक्वेंस एंड अ बाई प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एवरीथिंग यू डिड, एंड आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम दैट वे, राइट. लाइक मैं जब झारखंड से दिल्ली आया था, मेरे मन में था 40,000 की नौकरी लग जाए बहुत है. अगर मैं उस टाइम 2, 4, 10 करोड़ 15 करोड़ सोच के आता, मैं कहीं भी नहीं होता, बिकॉज आई नेवर थॉट अबाउट मनी. माई फर्स्ट फ्यू क्लाइंट्स आई ऑपरेटेड इन लॉसेस, क्योंकि पैसा ही नहीं दे रहा, मेरे को कोई क्यों पैसा देगा, मेरे में क्या है. So that is a fundamental question which I think that I have a problem with my generation. I am also 23, but I don't agree with this thought process because I feel like a lot of people are very shallow. अरे पैसा कमाएंगे मतलब पैसा इतनी आसानी से नहीं बनता. इन अ कैपिटलिस्टिक सोसाइटी पैसा नहीं बनता इतनी आसानी से. ऐसा लगता है कि आसानी से बनता है. जो 1 करोड़ कमा रहा है उससे पूछो उसने कितने 5 साल में कितनी रातें बिना पैसे के, कितनी वीडियो, जब यूट्यूब ऐसा 10 on 10 जाता है, भाई वीडियो नहीं चल रही क्या करें, वो बंदा क्या करे. और अगर आप उस टाइम पैसे देखोगे आप छोड़ दोगे. वेयर आई अग्री इज दैट वंस यू टेक मनी आउट ऑफ द इक्वेशन देन यू टॉक अबाउट द फंडामेंटल्स. माई फेवरेट वर्ड इन कॉन्टेंट इज वाई, and I feel like why is the most important word in the world. I don't think people understand the importance of why, and it is deeper than what people assume it to be. When I started making, like, I haven't made content. मैं content कभी भी नहीं बनाता. आज भी मेरे सिर्फ 5,000 followers है. That's it. Maximum मेरे followers होंगे 10,000, वो भी Twitter पे, जो भी 4 साल लगे बनने में. But I still am like with you guys. आपके million है, पता नहीं, you're all of these people, right? अगर मैं वो राउट लेता कि मेरे को 1 करोड़ बनाना है, कंटेंट करना है, तो मैं यहाँ पे नहीं होता. आई फील लाइक वंस यू टेक मनी आउट ऑफ द इक्वेशन देन यू टॉक अबाउट द राइट थिंग. द राइट थिंग इज टू टॉक अबाउट विच एवरीवन सेड इज व्हाट इज योर व्हाई, व्हाट इज योर पर्पस. बट आई सॉर्ट ऑफ वांट टू डिग डीपर इनटू हाउ डू यू एग्जैक्टली नो व्हाट इज अ पर्पस. बिकॉज पर्पस फाइंड तो तब करोगे ना जब आपको पता है कि पर्पस की डेफिनेशन होती क्या है. पर्पस तो बहुत लोग बोल देते हैं. आई फील लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ टर्म्स गेट ओवर यूज्ड कि पर्पस फाइंड करो, पैशन फाइंड करो, बट पर्पस होता क्या है. बड़ी अच्छी कहानी बताता हूँ. मैं कॉलेज में था, फर्स्ट ईयर में, 2019 की बात है. स्टडीड फ्रॉम हंसराज कॉलेज, एक दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में कॉलेज है. और एक्सप्लोरिंग अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, क्योंकि मेरे को काफ़ी चुल है, ये भी करूँगा, 100 चीज़ें करूँगा. आई वेंट इन टू डिबेटिंग सोसाइटी और डे 1 था मेरा. मैं देख रहा हूँ ये 4 लोग ना, ये सुबह उठते हैं डिबेट की बात करते हैं, दोपहर में डिबेट की बात करते हैं, शाम में डिबेट की बात करते हैं, शॉपिंग करने जा रहे हैं डिबेट की बात कर रहे हैं, खाना खा रहे डिबेट. मैं कह रहा पागल है आप, मतलब आप क्या डिबेट कर रहे हो. एंड देन आई लेफ्ट एट, गधे होंगे. मैं गया फिर पोइट्री सोसाइटी में. ये सुबह पोइट्री, शाम पोइट्री, रात पोइट्री, दोपहर पोइट्री, खाने पे पोइट्री, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं पोइट्री कर रहे हैं, रील भी पोइट्री के देख रहे हैं. मैं ये पागल है, इनके लाइफ में कुछ नहीं है. When I actually started getting into content, I realized कि बॉस अब मैं सुबह कंटेंट, दोपहर कंटेंट, रात कंटेंट, शॉपिंग पे कंटेंट, रील पे कंटेंट. ओके, व्हाट इज योर पैशन? समथिंग दैट ऑन द मोस्ट टायरिंग डे ऑफ योर लाइफ, आप सुबह उठ रहे हो, आप 5 बजे सुबह उठे, आपको ऑफिस जाना है, आप मेट्रो में जा रहे हो, मेट्रो में भीड़ बहुत है, आपको सीट नहीं मिली, आपकी मेड नहीं है, आपको खाने नहीं मिला, बॉस ने डांट दिया, काम बहुत है, घर पे आ रहे हो, गर्लफ्रेंड से झगड़ा हो गया, टायरिंग डे, वर्स्ट डे. At 11 PM, what is that thing that you, when you're tired, asleep, frustrated, you can still talk about with the same charm in your eyes? That is your passion. And when I got into content, I realized कि यार content के बारे में मेरे से रात को 3 बजे मैं नींद में मेरे को बोल भाई हुक क्या है, मैं बोल दूंगा. That is my passion. What Viraj talked about Arjun and all, that's step number 3. Once you have found something that you really feel passionate about, and it's fine, you will fail a lot of times while finding it. And content का game ही यही है कि पहले 2 साल तो you fail fast, and fasting fail is the beautiful thing you can do in life. Like Arjun's account for example, we've been handling it for the past 3 years. हमने scratch से बनाया, scratch से दे देखा है. The only reason, you know what, and we tell that even at WingeLab, no matter how good we are incapable if the client is not good. And any agency is incapable without the right client. अगर अर्जुन में डेप्थ ही नहीं है, मैं उनको स्क्रिप्ट देके पढ़ दूंगा, 3 महीने पढ़ देंगे, 6 महीने पढ़ देंगे, 1 साल बाद क्या होगा? सो आवर जॉब इज टू फाइंड द राइट पीपल एंड एक्सट्रैक्ट व्हाट दे नो फ्रॉम देम. Exactly, now step number 3, once you have found your purpose, found your passion, then start speaking about it. And then comes Ayush's thing, step number 4, once you do it, you will realize who are you. Once I made content, I realized that कि यार मेरे को ना शायद ऐसा वीडियो व्यूज़ में इतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं जितना मेरे को इंटरेस्ट है कि मैं लोगों की हेल्प करूँ. आई एम ए इम्पैक्ट लेड पर्सन. बट मेरे को ना ये पता नहीं चलता अगर मेरे फर्स्ट 3 स्टेप नहीं होते. सो दैट इज फंडामेंटली व्हाट आई विल से. इफ यू हैव टू मेक अ करोड़ आफ्टर यू हैव डन ऑल दिस थिंग्स and you have like slogged through nights for 5 years, 4 years, जब आंसू निकल जाएंगे ना सारे, एक दिन आएगा जब आपकी लाइफ पलटेगी. माई लाइफ चेंज व्हेन मिस्टर बीस्ट फॉलोड. उसके पहले तक यार मैं मतलब कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. गणेश, आप तो मेरे को 3 साल से जानते हो, सीन मी राइट, कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. वो एक दिन था जब फटा, लेकिन वो एक दिन नहीं होता अगर मैं पिछले 5 दिन का काम नहीं करता. दैट्स माई पॉइंट.
You know, I still remember Aryan consistently obsessing over YouTube. And in fact, I discovered him through Twitter. Bro, the kid was obsessed with YouTube. That's it. I was like, who's this random kid who's obsessed about YouTube on Twitter? That's how we got in touch. And ever since then, the smallest insights that he's given me, they've been game changing. I'll give you a very simple example. We were making this video on the rise of India in the solar revolution of the world. And I vividly remember this conversation. I was like, Aryan, what do you think the thumbnail should be, bro? I mean, who's interested in solar revolution? So Aryan looked at my feed and he saw that the picture of MBS, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, whenever we had him on the thumbnail, the videos did insanely well. So he asked me, can you in some way link this video to MBS and tweak the intro to make it relevant for both the MBS and the solar revolution? I was like, yeah, sure, of course. I mean, we are embarking on the solar revolution because we are trying to de-risk ourselves from oil. So we can include MBS and we can talk about how we are trying to de-risk from countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE and other countries, and then have MBS on the thumbnail. That way, MBS will be relevant, solar revolution will also become relevant, and we can also speak about how we are trying to de-risk from oil countries. That video is sitting at 2 million views. 2 million views. So, what he's telling about passion resonates so well with me that you just need to have this illogical sense of passion towards something which just makes you want to do stuff even during your worst days. Have you seen this pattern in your life, guys?
I have, but मैं थोड़ा सा disagree भी करता हूँ. The question that you asked is कि एक इंसान 1 करोड़ के path पे कैसे जा सकता है? He said the question is not valid. This was true 10 years ago. I think the question is very valid. I'll give you 2 examples. I started content in early 2010s. मतलब जब ये TVF AIB वाला wave भी नहीं आया था, उससे पहले से I've been creating content. 3 wave थे भाई content के. 2010 से 15, 15 से 20 और 20 से 25. ठीक है? In any industry, the first movers start with passion. The second movers start with FOMO when they see the first movers make money. But the third generation mover, जो भी बोल लो उनको, they start because of strategy. So let me now map it out with years. 2015 में जो popular हुआ होगा, वो इसलिए होगा क्योंकि passionate था. Mostly Sane, Ranveer, all of these guys were passionate about something. Maybe fitness, comedy, etc. And they started creating content. That's when they gained a lot of followers. 2020 में जो content creators है वो इसलिए आए क्योंकि घर पे बैठे हैं, बाकी लोग करोड़ों कमा रहे हैं, तो मैं भी आऊँगा. So they came because they had a lot of FOMO. But in 2025, somebody can look at this industry with a strategic POV and say, I'm not passionate about it, but I'm a smart kid. I understand my pattern recognition is very good. I understand content, I understand brands, I understand monetization. I'm going to get into this industry. So many people from my college bits, they get 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs in job offers. They're pushing that, getting into content, but not because they're passionate about content, not because they're passionate about something. They're strategically getting into this. So we're no longer in the first wave of content. We're in the third wave of content. And because we're in the third wave of content, while we all will resonate with passion, by a 21-year-old will no longer resonate with this. That smart kid can get into this industry strategically. Look at any industry. Do you think people are passionate about IIT? Do you think I was passionate about IIT when I cracked IIT? I cracked IIT because I looked at it from a strategic POV. If I do these 5 steps, those 5 steps will be difficult, just like creating content is difficult. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. I was studying for 12 hours. Same with content. अगर तुम disciplined तरीके से content को करोगे, there is no way you can't crack it. हो सकता है तुम कंटेंट क्रिएटर ना बन पाओ, बट तुम एजेंसी खोल सकते हो, तुम इन्फ्लुएंसर में कर सकते हो, कुछ कर जरूर पाओगे.
I think what Aryan is trying to say is, because of this illogical sense of passion, even during the bad days, you will have the motivation to get up and hustle, as compared to you doing it for strategy and just for money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so see, my point is, like, if you have made it the success metric, no, the point is कि वहाँ तक पहुँचने का हसल आप सस्टेन नहीं कर पाओ, आप कितना भी स्ट्रेटेजिक जाओ, राइट? लाइक इवन यू नो आयुष, 1 करोड़ बनाना कितना भी स्ट्रेटेजिक आप जाओ. Like I'll tell you example. A lot of founders come to us for personal branding with a goal. It's not a money goal, but it's still a follower goal. कि यार आर्यन मेरे को ना 100K करने. And we, I mean, strategy wise we're great, but we still say no to them क्योंकि strategy 4 बार fail होगी, 1 बार succeed होगी. लेकिन अगर आपका गोल ही 100K है ना, और अगर आप उस प्रोसेस को एंजॉय नहीं कर रहे हो, वो जब 4 बार फेल होगा आप छोड़ दोगे. That is my point ki while it is great to have money as a goal, it can't be your the goal. That's the point.
But that's how you work. Like, for example, I also work like this. So I resonate with passion a lot. But there are n number of people in my life who are exceptionally successful who are not passionate. Like, they're passionate about work. But ऐसा नहीं है कि काम के अंदर वो हर चीज़ को लेके they have that bright eye. So many entrepreneurs around us, if I were to go back and I were to start a business at 22, I don't think I would 100% start what I do. I would look at the market. I would look at क्या tailwind किस direction में जा रहे हैं. I would look at क्या market का size कहाँ पे बड़ा है. And वहाँ पे then I will find something which, okay, I'm passionate about it. तो इस market में ये कर सकता हूँ. But business is a strategic decision backed by passion. It is not a passionate decision backed by strategy. It should be a strategic decision backed by passion. Content used to be a passionate decision, then we found strategy. But today's kid does not need to do that. We did that because we did not have an option. I got into this industry because I was a young kid, discovered YouTube, started creating content, got into filmmaking. Amazing. वो स्टोरी सुनने में मुझे भी अच्छी लगती है, मैं बताता भी बहुत बार हूँ. बट एक 21 साल का बच्चा जो है भाई, वो पला बड़ा कंटेंट में है. उसके लिए कुछ वो चीज़ नहीं है, अनअटेनेबल चीज़ नहीं है. उसके लिए ये डे टू डे लाइफ है. So I think that kid should look at it very strategically. And in that strategy, they should definitely find their passion. So I fully agree with Aryan कि यार वो अगर कहीं ना कहीं पैशन नहीं होगा, सिर्फ मनी मैट्रिक है तो ऐसे. But that doesn't mean कि पैसों के लिए आ नहीं सकते इंडस्ट्री में. यार 9 on 10 industries people get into for money भाई.
आई थिंक पैसों की बात करते हैं तो सब लोग पैसों के लिए विराज के पास जाते हैं. So I think Viraj is the best person to help us understand this because he has a bird's eye view
Yeah.
of people with passion and people who are chasing money. So Viraj, what's your take on this?
So I just feel like there are two kinds of people, man. There's a missionary and there's a mercenary. A missionary is somebody who's driven by passion, has a mission, feels like he wants to create impact, he or she. And a mercenary is somebody who is out with a purpose to kill for money. So that person does not care about कौन सी industry में मुझे passion है. They only care about कौन सी industry में पैसा है. So if that is private equity, if you look at people in private equity, they never grew up and thought बड़ा होके मैं private equity में काम करूँगा. Right? You look at VCs, they never thought, oh, as a 10-year-old, they never thought one day I will invest in companies. Everybody thinks as a child they want to do a creative job or a prestigious job, right? They either want to be an astronaut or, fast forward to today's times, YouTuber, right? Because that comes with fame, that comes with cultural capital, that comes with clout. So you want to do that. But the truth is the most boring jobs have the most amount of money. In most cases, right? So somebody who's running a ball bearing business, जो यहाँ पे मारवाड़ी गुजराती अंकल्स चलाते हैं, उन्होंने तो कभी सोचा नहीं था कि हम बड़ा होके मैं बॉल बेयरिंग की फैक्ट्री बैठाऊंगा. उन्होंने सिर्फ देखा कि मेरी नीड क्या है. मैं अभी 1 BHK फ्लैट में रहता हूँ और 10 लोग के साथ रहता हूँ, तो मुझे मेरी फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन बेटर करनी है. वो टाइम पे नीड क्या थी, बॉल बेयरिंग की फैक्ट्री डालो, तो डाल दी. That's it. So both kinds of people can exist, and I think that is the beauty of free will.
Yeah.
That as an adult you can do anything you want. So nobody is judging you, and whoever is judging you for either being a missionary or a mercenary is stupid.
Yeah.
I also don't think making a crore at 22 is a wrong question to ask. There are many paths to doing it, but content is a longevity game. It is not a quick burst game. Because the moment you do it in quick bursts, you will... Can I tell you, I have seen so many people who've done this in quick bursts, feel the most dejected, feel the most lost, have imposter syndrome, feel like they don't want anything to do with this industry. They want to run away because it is unforgiving if you do it just for strategy only. If you do it with a glisten in your eyes is when you will know you want to do this for a longer period of time. Because एक hate comment आ गया ना आपको, धजिया उड़ जाएंगी. धजिया उड़ जाएंगी. Unless you are a mercenary, where you have said, everybody, I do not care, I'm going to do my own thing. And that's when you're like, okay, this guy is dangerous because he has no emotion, and sometimes that can be a beautiful thing to work with.
गाइज मुझे एक बात बताओ, हर प्लेटफॉर्म का पर्पस क्या है? व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ यूट्यूब? व्हाट पर्पस डज इंस्टाग्राम solve for? And let's break this down for 4 platforms: YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
So I think firstly all brands need to start hiring for stop hiring for one social media person and hire for 4 different platform people. There is one YouTube specialist, one Instagram specialist, one LinkedIn, and one Twitter, because the nuances of each of these 4 platforms are very, very different. YouTube is to build long-term trust, is to tell company-wide stories, is to tell people about your industry, and ancillary things around it. So if you're talking, if you are building in the space of protein, talk about protein, health, nutrition, food, all of those things. Talk about things that are happening within your company, what you're doing to solve it. Talk about the industry. People want to consume wider things on YouTube. On Instagram, people want to consume narrowed down things, which is तुम अपनी कंपनी का कल्चर बता रहे हो, फाउंडर अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बता रहा है, तुम अपने मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैसिलिटी के बारे में दिखा रहे हो कि कैसे रॉ मटेरियल हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं, कैसे असेंबल कर रहे हैं. लिंक्डइन पे तुम ज्ञान दे रहे हो, बट अच्छे कूल वे में, नॉन क्रिंजी वे में. तुम्हें बार बार ये बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है कि हमारा रेवेन्यू कितना है, हम इतना ये कर रहे हैं. You break down culture in terms of what are the kind of people you are hiring. You break down industry nuances on LinkedIn. You talk more about data wherever possible. Twitter, I think there are 2 ways to approach it. One is you just go the Duolingo way or the Ryanair way, which is you build a personality and you just dunk on people. You just create a personality of your brand and you dunk on it. कि एक identity है. Ryanair बोलता है खुल से कि हाँ हम cheap है, हाँ हमारी विंडो सीट में विंडो ही नहीं है, क्या कर लोगे? ठीक है, तुमको पानी की बॉटल चाहिए, $20 एक्स्ट्रा लेंगे. तुमको सैंडविच चाहिए, $100 एक्स्ट्रा लेंगे. तो क्या कर लोगे? हम बने ही चीप लोगों के लिए, और तुम अगर हमारे साथ ट्रैवल कर रहे हो तो तुम्हारी गलती है.
You might hate us, but you will still fly with us.
Correct. So that's an approach you can take, which is an approach I personally resonate with. And Twitter I really love as a platform. That is my go-to platform. I feel the most free talking about it. I can talk about anything on it, and I will get very logical responses on it. So if you want access, super quick access today, if you're sitting in Bangalore or Mumbai or even Indore, but you are active on Twitter, there is a very high possibility you can make connections in San Francisco out of Twitter if you have good opinions, good takes, a good worldview.
If a founder is starting his personal brand, they should 100% start with Instagram. Why? It's the only platform that has the right mixture of everything. TAM high hai. If you go to Twitter, the TAM is low. If you go to LinkedIn, the TAM is like lower. If you go to YouTube, sure, the TAM is more, but the ability of you cracking YouTube is very tough. Like even right now, there is a very big gap in the Indian YouTube ecosystem. You will not be able to name a single founder successfully making long form content in India.
Why is that?
See, you have to understand how does YouTube function and how does Instagram function. On Instagram, growing to 100K, 1 साल में हो जाएगा. मतलब it's that simple. 1.5 साल लग जाए, 6 महीने लग जाए, ऑन एवरेज 1 साल में यू कैन.
और अगर आपके पास 100K फॉलोअर्स हैं तो विराज आपको भाव बिल्कुल भी नहीं देगा.
Because 100K is the new one.
Did you see that reel? Did you see that reel? Where Viraj,
I was in the reel.
there Viraj is looking at the camera and he's like, और वो बेचारा अनुज अंदर आने की कोशिश कर रहा है. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No. So I feel like when you start on Instagram as a founder, आपने आज तक कंटेंट नहीं बनाया है. आपका cost on Instagram is low. So on Instagram, the advantage you get is that you fail fast. You can put 20 videos a month. You can put money, you can put effort. You can do it for 6 months, scale it to a 50K, 70K, 100K. Learn how videos function and then eventually get set and then probably start with YouTube. But if you start with YouTube, the problem is you would probably make 4 videos a month, 5 videos a month, 6 videos a month. your cost is higher and YouTube रुला देता है. Matlab, it snatches everything. And I tell people, like, even with binge labs, no matter how good we are, you have to be patient. We are not magicians, right? So the problem with founders, and the reason why founders are not on YouTube, because A, they don't have that kind of a patience that I will give 6 months to this. When on Instagram, you can do it for 3 months, spend half money, spend half effort, still get 100K. But it is a big gap. So in fact, if I would say to anyone watching it, if any founder really wants to build a personal brand and is patient enough for at least 6 months, YouTube is the place to go, because this is a big gap right now. And Ganesh, imagine not a single person. I wouldn't call Nikhil Kamath a YouTuber because it's essentially doing podcast. Not a single one. एक भी नहीं है, ऐसे भी नहीं, एक भी नहीं है. But I'll come back. See, so Instagram, I feel like you should start with, because A, you fail faster, you put decently less money, you learn how to make videos and all that. On Instagram, if you're starting, you should probably talk about a lot of like what you know, your insights and all that, and also share your life. So it's a platform that has everything थोड़ा. जो LinkedIn पे employer branding होती है, आपके Instagram पे भी हो जाती है. We make a lot of like videos for our founders who talk about their company work culture and the kind of applications that they get from those videos, because people look at, you know, this company culture is good, I would want to apply. Same content posted on LinkedIn might not have gotten that much reach. So I feel like Instagram is the best platform to start with. So that's one. Once you do that, you should jump onto LinkedIn, where you go a bit niche. थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा niche जाओगे. You talk about your investment stories. You talk about like probably one specific incident. You talk about something. So a bit nicher than Instagram. It builds a more serious community of people with higher intent, because naturally text has more intent than video. Once you do it, then comes Twitter. Twitter, I feel it should be very free flowing. कि आपने खोला, आपने लिख दिया, because it's a lot of trending topic. You could get a lot of there. I feel like a lot of people templatize Twitter so much, but I don't think is required, because anyways, what would you do with it? Because TAM ही इतना low है कि आप कितना भी कुछ कर लो, आप इतना ही पहुंचोगे. It's better to keep it authentic. YouTube, I feel like, should be your end game. जहाँ पे once you are doing YouTube, you're doing like long form community building, doing in-depth education out there. So for me, I feel like start with Instagram, jump on LinkedIn, keep Twitter your personal thing कि मैं कर रहा हूँ, खेल रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, and then at the end, when you have learned how to do content, then jump onto YouTube. That should be the fundamental game. But I feel like every person should be on Twitter. Like, you don't have to create content, but what it can give you is insane.
Bhai, in content, there is a thing called distribution velocity. There is a reason that most news, memes, things start from Twitter and Reddit. Text-based platforms are easier for people to quickly deploy a piece of content than any video-based platform. So a lot of credible information also starts from Twitter and Reddit. So I think Twitter is extremely helpful, but I want to take a step back from a brand POV. Let's say as a brand, you have all these platforms. How should you look at them? I was just narrowing it down to 4 things. Number 1 is excitement. Number 2 is education. Number 3 is network. And number 4 is thought leadership. As a brand, you need these 4 things.
Excitement, education.
Excitement, education, network, and thought leadership. Instagram is a great excitement generation platform. It's extremely easy on Instagram to manufacture reach. If you have the right team with you, if you have the right minds with you, we can come manufacture a lot of top of the funnel on Instagram. Getting 1 million views much more easier on Instagram than on any other platform. YouTube Shorts is closer now. That's number 1. So use Instagram to create top of the funnel for your brand. Brand awareness. Do people know about your brand? And that should govern how you do your influencer marketing, how you do your social media, how you create surrogate pages, whatever you're doing on social. आपको fan page बनाने अपने आपको meme marketing करनी है. Get your brand name out there. Instagram is the cheapest platform to get your brand name out there. So use Instagram to create a lot of excitement for your brand, that this brand exists. Number 2, YouTube is a great platform to educate, because education is a very interesting thing. Education comes from depth. You can only truly educate somebody if you give them depth. Because YouTube is fundamentally long form and people spend more time on YouTube, but more importantly, YouTube is not just discovery led. On Instagram, Twitter, you're discovering things by scrolling. On YouTube, you also a lot of times meaningfully search.
So it's intent led.
Because it's intent led, you can educate people. So for fintech brands, for VCs, for anybody whom trust is important, and for brands when trust is built by spending time, like a Whole Truth should do YouTube, because they can't always explain why their protein is more expensive on an Instagram reel. Sometimes they would want to come, show the factory, explain the math, science behind everything. Hence, YouTube for brands is extremely helpful when they want to build depth and educate people. Number 3, network is supremely important. We talk about network as a founder, creator. No, network is also important for you as a brand. Today, the differentiator for a wonderful brand or an incredible company and a not so good company is talent. Especially in the world where we are headed, people will become more and more important. What is your ability to have a personality on LinkedIn to attract the best clients, to attract the best talent, to attract the best people? Because LinkedIn fundamentally is a people first platform. There is no other platform where you can go in the depths of who you are as a working professional. I can go on LinkedIn, build a profile, have my attributes, my experience, what I know, what I don't know, my testimonials in one profile. No other platform offers that. Which means for brands, companies, it should be the breeding ground to attract the best talent. Most people don't do that. It should be the breeding ground to attract the best clients, LinkedIn. And number 4 is Twitter. Twitter is so magical, bhai, because I think a lot of good brands are built on opinions. Ryanair has an opinion about the world. Twitter is the best platform to put out an opinion. Because an opinion is one thing said 100 times. I can't make 100 videos about one thing. But on Twitter, I can have the same opinion, same perspective. Hammer, 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 hammer.
Understood. Guys, tell me something. How do brands assess the brand value of a creator? Because, when you see somebody like Samay Rana being paid 50 lakh rupees for a reel, that seems so lucrative. But what makes that reel so worthy? My question is, how do you assess the brand value of a creator, and where do brands actually go wrong in terms of this assessment is something that I'm deeply curious to understand.
Sure. ठीक है. I'll tell you 3 metrics that if I were a brand and if I have to pick a creator, I would look at these 3 things. Number 1 is, who are they attracting? For example, Rajiv Talreja, we spoke about, he attracts really high quality entrepreneurs. If I'm attracting a certain TG whose value is high, उस TG का value अगर बहुत high है, then the value of that creator is really high. Because then I can market a product which is really expensive. For example, there's a company called Waterfield we made an ad for. We made an ad for them, I think 3 years ago. That ad was played in Emirates in like really high value. Emirates ke business class mein play ho rahi thi wo ad. They didn't go to a TV and play that ad. We did an entire campaign. Now imagine if Waterfield today wants to do influencer marketing. Waterfield is a brand that manages wealth for really, really high net worth people. वो ऐसा मतलब जिनको हम हाई नेटवर्थ कंसिडर करते हैं उसके भी एक लेवल का जो UHNIs बोलते हैं जिसको उनका नेटवर्थ मैनेज कर रहे हैं. If they wanted to influence marketing, they would throw a lot of money to somebody who's attracting founders, CXOs, the richest of the richest, second-gen entrepreneurs. So first is, look who are they attracting. Don't just look at data. Actually watch their content. Is this content something that has the highest probability of being viewed by my target audience? Will they respect this person or not? That's number 1. Number 2 is, what is the depth of that person? Now, for example, if I'm promoting a certain credit card or a certain financial product which requires nuance, I will look at depth. So does the creator that I'm talking to has the depth to speak about my product? Because then the credibility with which they will speak about my product is going to be really, really high. Lastly, a lot of content today works on seeding, content works on repurpose, how well it can be repurposed. A lot of creator content deals, how are they being cracked? They know now कि creator पे तो X reach आएगी, पर मैं as a brand बहुत बड़ा हूँ. For example, Gayatri, my wife did a deal with OpenAI. Gayatri creates AI content. Gayatri has depth. She runs an AI company, works with top enterprises. Gayatri's content also resonates with them. But they felt that Gayatri's clickability is also high because she's one of the only women in AI creators in India who is creating content at that scale. Clickability is a big factor where Samay will also come in. How clickable is your face? Because of a lot of the content deals today are being cracked on media rights. Gone are the days when I will pay 1 lakh to a creator, create a reel. Now most reels are structured. I'll pay 1 lakh rupees to you. Give me 30 days, 60 days of ad rights. I will run a collab ad with you, OpenAI and Gayatri. Look at that reel. That reel has 1 billion views. Because of course it's a boosted reel. So what is the clickability that your production setup has, your face has? What is the value that you have? The reason a Samir Raina's reel work really well is he's all over the internet. You may not know his name, but you know his face. Apurva, you may not know her name, but you know her face. So many times she comes to us and tells us stories, they pronounced my name wrong, because they saw it on a PR article. So your clickability matters a lot. If fundamentally your face is clickable, I put your face on a YouTube thumbnail, I get more views, potentially more people I'm attracting. So it's a combination of who I attract, what is the depth the creator has, and does the creator's face has clickability. I think a combination of this commands the value of that creator. Then comes obvious metrics. Obvious metrics is CPV, कि cost per view क्या आ रहा है, मैंने समय को 50 लाख रुपए दिए तो क्या वो डिलीवर कर पा रहा है उतना व्यूज. अच्छा, एक लेवल आगे जाएंगे तो उसका स्किप रेट क्या है, क्या उसकी रील एक्चुअली लोग देखते हैं या फिर 1 सेकंड देख के स्किप मार देते हैं. थर्ड इज कौन सी ऑडियंस पे अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है. अच्छा ठीक है, वो 16 साल का बच्चा अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, जेन्युइनली वो 25 साल की ऑडियंस अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है जो मेरे शैम्पू ब्रांड को चाहिए आज. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स विल मैटर, बट आई थिंक ये लोगों को पता है आज के टाइम पे कि यार मतलब ये सीपीवी देखना है, एंगेजमेंट देखनी है, डेमोग्राफिक देखना है. सो आई थिंक द पॉइंट्स दैट आई मेंशन्ड आर वन लेवल ओवर दैट.
CPV को थोड़ा सा assess करते हैं. What's a healthy CPV?
Depends upon the industry. I would love Viraj to also give a lot of numbers, but for example, a lot of comedy creators are getting 0.1 CPV, 0.2 CPV, 0.3 CPV. But a lot of like entrepreneurs, for example, might get 1 as their CPV. But the value of their word is so high, so you can't be like him. Like for example, a lot of brand briefs I receive, which is the very wrong way to send briefs. Ayush, we have to make sure CPV is under 0.2 rupees. अरे आप अपना ऑडियंस देखो ना, आप पहले देखो आप किस इंडस्ट्री में हो. इफ यू आर अ सोप ब्रांड, soap is used by all of India, then you focus on a 0.1 CPV. I just delivered a campaign with 0.04 CPV. You know which campaign I'm talking about. Yesterday I told you 62 crore views. I've never seen that number in my entire life. I don't know how you're able to achieve it, because that's a very massy brand. But that doesn't mean that you have to be like, इससे ज़्यादा CPV हुआ या इससे कम हुआ तो मेरा campaign unsuccessful है. You have to categorize it industry wise. And maybe that extended answer Viraj can also give, which is what industry wide, like fintech में क्या है, maybe like for colleges are doing a lot of influencer marketing, उनके लिए क्या है, for consumer FMCG CPG brands उनके लिए क्या है, etc etc etc. So there is no right or wrong CPV. But yes, if you're a massy brand, try to be around 0.2 0.3, you'll be in a good zone. उससे कम टैकल करने का ट्राई करो.
But how do you assess the effectiveness of a campaign
Yeah.
without looking at views and reach? When it comes to awareness, it's pretty clear.
Correct.
The more views you get,
Correct.
the more effective the campaign is. But when it comes to, okay, first let's break down the types of campaigns that brands run. One is targeted towards awareness. If I get 1 billion views, amazing. Okay. What all categories exist for brands in terms of campaigns?
So this has changed a lot. For example, today when a brand runs a campaign, or a campaign is an umbrella. Like for example, when we do a campaign, we do a film campaign. Sometimes, for example, Karan Aujla and Kingfisher, we told them let's not make a film. Karan Aujla is not the kind of person जिसके साथ तुम 1 crore की film बना लोगे तो बहुत crazy हो जाएगा. Let's do a crazy activation instead. So we sent Parlo Gulati because she had a rift with him. We sent her to the concert, created like a lot of,
So you are the one who did it.
yeah, 57 million views generated on seeding, right? So the thing is, campaign is a broader term. I can first talk about influencer marketing campaign since that's the topic, and then move to
Let's filter campaign first by purpose,
हाँ.
so that we're at least very clear as
Correct.
to what's the objective you're trying to establish. And then we can look at maybe instruments, mediums, and
100%.
types of contents.
A campaign's purpose can be threefold. One is awareness, which is how do I get people to know who I am, what I do, why I do that. Actually, who I am and what I do. Consideration is why I do it, how well I do it. How can I create consideration in a person? For example, you know that Havells fan exists, but today in 2026, what is the reason to buy a Havells fan over an Atomberg? That's consideration. And number 3 are conversion campaigns. You know why Havells should be purchased. You know about the Havells brand. Now I'm running a direct ad. By the way, तू home renovate कर रहा है ना, मेरे को पता है because मैं तेरा बात सुन रहा था. ये ले 50% off. That's a conversion campaign. So every campaign today is divided into 3 categories, which is you generate awareness, you generate consideration, and then you create a conversion. If you go in this funnel, you have the highest chances of success. Now let's look at it from a creator's context. I can speak in brand's context later if you'd like.
Just give me a second. Do brands look at campaigns to be discreetly serving one purpose, or do they look at campaigns serving a bucket of purposes? For example, let's say
Yeah.
Razorpay runs a campaign.
Correct.
Now, Razorpay is trying to create awareness for its latest features. At the same time, it's trying to drive consideration for those people who know Razorpay but might switch because of these features.
Correct.
At the same time, because of my LinkedIn post, Razorpay might acquire customers. My question is,
Yeah.
how is Razorpay evaluating the effectiveness of my LinkedIn post? A, and at the macro level, how is it evaluating the effectiveness of the entire campaign? Do brand managers allocate a purpose for a campaign, or do they try to achieve all three purposes through different instruments in the campaign?
The second one, most good campaign managers would try to cater to all three, but through different mechanisms. I'll take it with the example of a shoot that I did 2 days ago. We were shooting with Aman Gupta for a brand. That shoot was structured in a very interesting manner. We created one core ad film asset, which was super funny. Once you'll watch it, you will really enjoy it. It's very shareable, but the brand is mentioned very sparingly. But you will remember कि हाँ वो brand ये था. I can't take the name of the brand today because it's not announced, but you will remember the brand. But not much about it. You'll remember that the brand exists, and it exists in the context of entrepreneurship, which is where they want it to be. It's funny because I want it to be shareable. So it serves the purpose of awareness. It will go on Aman's channel. It will be run as an ad, performance ad, etc. etc. हर जगह वो TV पे भी चलाएंगे, smart TV पे चलाएंगे, IPL में चलाएंगे, हर जगह. Awareness. On the same shoot day, Ganesh, the second thing then we did is we generated consideration. We chalked out 2 hours in that shoot day. Out of the 2 hours, 1 hour, we made Aman sit down with the clients of this company where they were discussing how good this product is and where this product helped them. These are podcast-like reels. ऐसी reels हैं जो लगता है podcast से निकाली गई हैं, where the founder is talking about their experience with the product. Genuine experience on how this product helped them. Consideration. Third is conversion. Then we did a photo shoot with Aman. We recorded some reels only with Aman where he's directly talking about कि यार यही product है, download करो. Discount. ये benefit. पहला महीना free अगर तुम आज कर लिए. That is conversion. A smart campaign. When I structure a campaign, if I have the liberty to, and if that brand gives me the liberty to, I always try to fulfill all three. Just that the way to do all three is very different. If I mix, then it's a problem. Which is why when you say that how do I check the effectiveness of a LinkedIn post, that's a very wrong way to look at it. I can't look at a creator and be like, अरे download क्यों नहीं आया? अरे but creator एक चीज कर रहा है. Creator sits at the intersection of the first two. Creator should not sit at the intersection of conversion. Creator sits at the intersection of awareness and consideration. Why? Awareness is how much views that creator is generating in a certain demographic, which can be mapped out by insights of any Instagram page, YouTube page, etc. To check the effectiveness, check, did the creator that I engaged with, were they able to reach to the TG that I was intending? Good. Second, is the creator trustworthy, credible, जो हमने पहले ही बात करी, that creates consideration. Consideration is not always created by look the feature of my product. That's one way to do it. It's also created by who says what. अगर मैं तुझे बोल देता हूँ we trust each other so much, मैं तुझे कॉल करता हूँ बोलता हूँ यही करना है. Do you ask me the features of the product? No, you say मैं यही use करूँगा. So many times in the last 5 years of our friendship, I would have told you something, you would have told me something, we would have bought it the very next day. We drive the same car of the same brand. There is a reason that's the case, because there's a consideration which is driven because of your value and my value. So a LinkedIn post or an Instagram reel should not be judged by conversions, which is a lot of brands do. They should be judged by first awareness, second consideration. If you want conversion, please tweak the script that the creator is doing a certain way and get ad rights and run it as a certain, run that ad to a certain demographic. But still, it will not serve the true purpose. The true purpose of a campaign is a very different structure, which I explained before this.
But there's another challenge over here.
हाँ बता ना.
You can measure conversion through sales. You can measure awareness through views. How do you measure consideration?
मैं एक example देता हूँ. Attribution is the biggest problem globally in influencer marketing. We did the अभी हम रश्मिका और विजय का मान्यवर का campaign किए. We amplified it a lot and crazy number of views. So I went to the store 2 days later to ask कि कितने customers आए. Some customers said I've seen it, impact, etc. तो I also got very insecure कि यार मैंने considerable पैसा खर्च किया, रातों की नींद खराब करी, तो उससे क्या impact आया? तो यार एक तो है कि तुम ऑन द फेस वैल्यू पे 4 लोगों से पूछो तूने मेरा ऐड देखा, वो बोले नहीं देखा, फिर तुम डिसअपॉइंट हो जाओ, रात को तुम अपनी नींद भी उड़ा रहे हो, तुम 4 लोगों पे चिल्ला रहे हो. दैट्स नॉट द राइट वे टू गो अबाउट इट. इफ यू स्पीक टू एनी credible brand manager, there is a structured way to do it. It's called a brand lift case study.
Brand lift case
Brand
study.
lift case study. After every significant activity that you do a brand lift case studies. There are companies, even Google dashboard can tell you कि यार इस ad का effectiveness क्या था. They run surveys, they run small focus groups. काफ़ी लोगों से mass scale पे पूछते हैं कि यार इस brand का true recall क्या है. आप इस ब्रांड को किस शब्द से एसोसिएट करते हो. सो नाउ व्हेन लेट्स से विराज एंड आई रन इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग कैंपेन्स एंड इन आवर स्ट्रेटजी वी हैव कि यार ये टैगलाइन रहेगा, ये वर्ड रहेगा. नाउ आई कैन एक्चुअली रन अ ब्रांड लिफ्ट केस स्टडी टू चेक इफ दैट वर्कड और नॉट. द प्रॉब्लम इज ब्रांड लिफ्ट केस स्टडीज आर नॉट ऑलवेज चीप. Google dashboard also offers you a feature to check it, but this is one actual way to do it जो करते हैं brand managers by the way. Otherwise, how do you think budgets are being chalked out?
You know, I've met so many brand managers.
Yeah.
All of them, they have different perspectives. And I'll tell you about my favorite brand manager. It's Faisal from Odoo.
Huh.
I asked Faisal, you're sponsoring 30 of our episodes.
Yeah.
We don't get 1 million views.
Correct.
Why are you partnering with us? Faisal told me, Ganesh, there is no creator in the country right now who can sell an inventory management software
Correct.
As well
specifically
Correct.
to a guy who's managing a shop that sells clothes.
Correct.
I was like, okay, can you go deeper and explain? He said, you made an episode with the founder of Snitch. That episode got 300k views. Who do you think the audience was? Do you think a random 19-year-old kid is watching Siddharth from Snitch talk about inventory management and outsourcing and manufacturing and designs and trend spotting? No. Those were all entrepreneurs.
Correct.
Or wanting to be entrepreneurs watching the episode, and you told them that Odoo's inventory management system can help you do X, Y, Z. And we spoke about just in time and just in case and all the other things in the integration itself. And I was like, dude, who are these nerds who are watching the episode? And that's when Faisal actually changed my perspective about my own podcast. I was measuring the effectiveness of my podcast through the viewership I was getting. And he told me that I can sell an inventory management software with you. I can sell a signature software with you. I can sell anything that I have in my portfolio through you, because I know for a fact that if you are doing a podcast with Kishore Biyani, all the FMCG entrepreneurs are going to watch that episode. If you're doing a podcast with an agricultural land expert, every single person who wants to invest in land would want to see that episode. And although it's a nerdy episode with, maps and DPRs, the people who watch it are serious about investing 2 to 3 crores into a land. How do I get hold of 30,000 people who want to invest 2 crore rupees in a land? So there you should integrate those companies who operate in that industry, because each podcast of yours is a big bang in that particular industry. Bro, that changed my perspective altogether. But you know what? Most brand managers do not think about it that way. Viraj, what do you have to say about it?
I have a completely different take on that. The way a lot of brand managers and CMOs make decisions on which talent to work with, which creator, which celebrity, is not by any of these metrics. You know what is the metric? They judge it by वो CMO कौन से एक्टर का सबसे बड़ा फैन है. इतना ही है metric. उसको किसके साथ सेल्फी चाहिए. Most times, the talent they pick and the brand they have has no match. Which is why I keep coming back to the fact that there are humans making these decisions and humans have biases. Which is why the CMO or the CEO or the founder is tired and sick of this shit कि एक सेकेंड हम इसके साथ क्यों काम कर रहे हैं यार. इसका कोई रीजनिंग ही नहीं है हमारे ब्रांड के साथ, ना कोई अलायंस है, तो ये क्यों आया है. क्योंकि वो CMO का जो बच्चा है उसको सेल्फी खिंचानी है. So my point is when that starts to change is when these metrics that Ayush mentioned actually come into play.
Understood. Aryan, how do founders measure ROI? Because you work with a lot of founders. They have absolutely no need to create content. They're making a lot of money anyways. And a lot of them have also exited their business. What exactly is the motivation that a founder has to create content?
I'll sort of take a step back and talk about something that I feel like a lot of people actually ignore. So, after looking and talking with so many people, one thing I've realized is that no matter what people say, most decisions in this world are based out of gut. ठीक है, हम सब हायर करते हैं, वन फ्रेमवर्क है रियलाइज कि कितना भी कुछ देख लो ना, एट द एंड फील होता है यार बात करने में वाइब आ रही नहीं आ रही. That's how it boils down to. You talk to VCs, they do all the data stuff, market research, all that. End में क्या बोलता है, पैसा करना है नहीं करना, होता यही है. It's just not so cool to admit. And sure, I'm not discounting the fact that data is unimportant. I'm not saying that वो सब important है. But at the end ना वो gut health पे ही है कि अब gut health अच्छा है तो होगा. But point is कि and in brands what I've seen, and see, we don't do influencer campaigns at all, so I am not as eligible as these two. But at least from what I've seen, see, a lot of marketing is mindset based. And it flows from the founder. अगर किसी कंपनी के फाउंडर का मार्केटिंग फर्स्ट माइंडसेट है ना, अगर वो मेजर ना भी हो, उसको चमक जाता है कि यार ये ना हो रहा है. Like I know a lot of founders who are running really large companies, but they're really bad at marketing because both founders, दो co-founders से दोनों का sales DNA है. एंड आप टीम में कितना भी अच्छा ब्रांड मैनेजर ले आओ जो सच में इफेक्टिव है, फाउंडर और टॉप मैनेजमेंट से प्रेशर इतना आएगा, मेरे को नंबर दिखाओ, मेरे को नंबर दिखाओ, मेरे को नंबर दिखाओ, कि यू विल नेवर अलाउ दैट टाइम टू कंपाउंड. एंड all of this takes compounding, right? Awareness, consideration, takes time to compound. So a lot of it is pressure from the top that a brand manager absolutely does not have any control.
Correct.
Even our field, social media में क्या होता है, आप मेरे को महीने का 5-7 लाख रुपए दे रहे हो, 3 महीने के लिए दिया आपने, आपके मन में कॉन्स्टेंटली चल रहा है ये 15 लाख रुपए ना मैं अगर परफॉर्मेंस में डाल देता तो मेरे को ना इतना रोएस आता. एंड देन आई आस्क देम, बट बॉस आपका गोल तो वो था ही नहीं, तो अभी ये कहाँ से आ रहा है? क्यों? क्योंकि सामने वाले बंदे का डीएनए नहीं है. तो आई फील लाइक marketing more than anything is a DNA. So you have to build that DNA first, and it is true that because most decisions are taken out of gut, a lot of marketing is gut based, and a lot of people are afraid to admit this because it will make them not look as intellectual as they would like to sound.
This is so true, bro. In fact, the founders that he would work with, or if I meet a founder who creates content themselves, the way they allocate budget to companies like Monkey and Owl is so different. The way they allocate budget to brand building activities, to social in general, to influencer marketing, that mindset is very different because it does flow top down.
Yeah.
Huh. And then your question, why do founders build personal branding, right? Can I also address another one, which is why, because both of these people talked about how do brands pick creator. I think it's very important for also to understand how do you stand out as a creator, because that's the other side of the story, right? I feel like if anybody is making content in 2026 and they want to stand out, there are 5-6 things that they absolutely should follow. See, one is, what is the story that you bring on to the table? See, I'm not a Bollywood bluff. I probably have not watched more than 50 movies in my entire life. But my friends who are big fan of, let's say, Shah Rukh Khan, they tell me कि यार पता है आर्यन, शाहरुख ना इतना अच्छा एक्टर शायद नहीं है, स्टोरी बड़ी तगड़ी है यार. Personally, I'm not a big Zakir Khan comedy fan. मेरे को एक मानिक माना I find much better than a Zakir Khan. But I love the guy क्योंकि स्टोरी अच्छी है. So I feel like as a person who's making content, if you really want to stand out, what is your story? And I feel like everybody has some story. It needs to be packaged in the right way, right? Like Ayush's story could be a boy coming from Rohtak to blah, blah, blah. My story could be something. His story could be something. Your story could be something. I feel like a lot of people don't realize, and one thing that we fundamentally tell to everyone, the only true differentiation is your story. आप एडिटिंग कितनी अच्छी कर लो, मैं 2 मिनट में कॉपी कर दूंगा. आप प्रोडक्शन कितना कर लो, मैं 10 मिनट में कॉपी. और AI के साथ तो यार मतलब कुछ भी कॉपी कर लोगे. What stands out is your story. So feel like, so one of our clients, Shraddha was the founder of Your Story. When we actually started to make content for her, our story was that we will put out who she is really, right? So we did that, she came from Bihar and she had like a lot of struggle. She went to Bangalore and built all of this. And that brand has a lot of depth because people know their story. बिकॉज ना कल को यार मतलब आप किसी भी टॉपिक पे बात कर लो, लोग सब भूल जाएंगे, स्टोरी और बंदा याद रहता है. व्हाट इज योर स्टोरी? बी, डू यू स्टैंड फॉर अ मिशन? Like for example, if you look at Revant, he stands for a mission, and mission always has to be larger than life. Like if you look at why do spiritual organizations thrive so much, if you look at the Isha Foundation, if you look at the art of living, they have a mission. If you look at a physics wala, they have a mission that is larger than life, and that mission is well communicated. So this is like the thing that, you know, Alak Pandey na hamare masiha hai. Like, or Sri Ravi Shankar Sadhguru spiritual organization, they have the mission larger than life. Even Revant, if you look at, there's a mission, right? Like, okay, I am going to make India healthy. Are you putting that mission out? If you have a mission, I feel like that's the greatest thing you can do, because then you actually build a community there. In fact, one of our clients, Supriya Paul, we work with her, Josh Talks, her mission is that I want to actually make content for women. We are at just 70,000 followers. It's absolutely nothing in the world of tens of millions of followers. I can't name, but the kind of opportunity she gets, I can tell you off camera, people with a 700k won't get, because every video talks about a mission, it ends with a mission, it ends with the thing that I am standing for women. That's 2. Thirdly, do you have depth in what you're speaking about? Do you have opinions in what you're speaking about? And do you have conviction in those opinions? Like 2-3 of our clients we love. Like we work with Ashish Tulsian, the founder of Retroworks. If you ever meet him or talk to him, amazing depth. Like he knows so much about a lot more things. But more than that, he has opinions and the conviction to deliver those opinions. A lot of people don't have that, and that's the best way to stand out. Like another one, Ritesh Malik, he stands out with his opinions because he's not afraid to put those out. A lot of people are afraid to put those out because hate comment aate hain. And you can't like please everyone. That's just not the idea. And then I feel like a lot of people ignore this one very important thing, which is in your creator journey, are you building a constant? Which is how you truly build a community. So if you look at a community, right? How do we define a community internally at Binge? We say that community is a group of people sharing a context. That context could be anything. That context could be a purpose. That context could be a mission. That context could be as simple as a slogan. It could be as simple as a catchphrase. Like I feel like a lot of people actually stand out. They focus on these small nuances. Like for your videos, every video starts with hi everybody. You say that, right? And that sort of becomes that constant. That makes a person stand out. कि अरे ध्रुव राठी को देखा हाँ वो ना जो ऐसा. Like every mock video of Dhruv Rathi starts with this. No, namaskar dosto, right? So feel like you have to make a lot of these constant in your videos. These could be small things. It could be anything. It could be expression. It could be anything. But that has to. And I feel like these are 4-5 things that make someone truly stand out. I'm not saying that everyone has to do these things. These are check boxes. The more you check, the better it is. I'm absolutely not saying that you have to like. These are like these could be conditions that are ideal. If you tick 2, you are better off with 2. If you could tick all of these, you're better. Now to your question, why do founders build personal brand? See, we work with over 90 founders every month. I'll tell you, if you look at it from a pyramid POV, right? I'd say I will define people into 4 parts. So say that 1, 2, 3, 4 flowing from the top to bottom. Number 1 are 2-3 kinds of people. One, let's say people who have exited from their businesses, like an Arjun Vaidya, like a Ritesh Malik, like Mohit Sadani. For them, their goal is that I have exited. Now I really want to mentor people because I anyways do that 1-to-1 privately. So why don't I do that at scale, right? For someone who probably exited, another reason is that hey, I've done something. I have depth. And when I look at social media, I feel like a lot of people who make content, they don't have depth, but they're just doing it because they are speaking. And in fact, I'm digressing a bit, but I read this line somewhere which I really find cool, that people get attracted by how you speak more than what you speak. So these people know that, a lot of these people are making content. They don't have evidence to back that content up with. And I have that evidence because I have exited a company. So now I should make content because people should. And of course, they have money, they have time to spend. So why not? Then comes to tier 2 level. For people who have built large companies, who are probably going IPOs or who are not legacy companies. For them, their thing is, hey, I've built this company, but no one knows the story behind that company. And I feel like with content, what has happened is that brands have truly found their brand ambassadors. Like with founder, the problem with brand is that if you onboard a celebrity, tomorrow they could be promoting a competitor. If you get a influencer, like you look at what happened to Zomato when Sahiba left. Their YouTube fell down completely because it was too much attached to one person, and you can't rely on anyone as a brand. So who do you rely on? A founder. We get a lot of requests from companies who are going IPOs to say that now I want to do personal branding because next 2 years I'm going IPO. So for them, it's a very good exercise there because that trust building happens that way. Third type of founders are people who are running decently sized companies, probably 50 CR revenue, 40 CR revenue, not very large. For them, it's like, hey, I want to build a community for my people, which will eventually help my business, not right now. And then there are people who are just starting out. For them, they think like, I'm just starting out. I'll do probably build in public. I'll get sales out of it, which is stupid by the way. But so every founder has different metrics to measure. Honestly speaking, ROI in terms of calculating numbers in this case is very tough. And we do not work with anyone who asks, यार मैं ना आपको 3 महीने काम करूँगा क्या होगा? मैंने कुछ नहीं होगा, काम मत करो. Right? But a lot of intangible things that you get that are very important. Like for example, Arjun Vaidya. He gets a lot of edge at his cap table just because people know him. So for example, see, this is a time where investors are also equally running behind good companies. अब वो time नहीं है कि सिर्फ company cold email कर रही है, investor भी पीछे भाग रहे हैं. Let's say if there is a deal fight happening between two VCs, let's say Arjun and VC B, and there is a startup and the deal is equal, very high chances that startup would choose Arjun as his VC simply because he knows. And you know what advantage he gets? So we run this series on Arjun's account where we talk about a lot of his opportunity that he see in the market of business, right? So when he meets a founder, he instantly has this thing that, do you know what the category you're building in? I already have a video on that because I already believe in it. Now imagine for that founder, it is psychologically so relaxing that this person is not investing because he sees only money, but because he already has a hypothesis. He understands that. So it's like before you get on a call, your portfolio is already out there. A lot of our clients, like we work with All In Capital, Aditya Singh is the founder, it's a VC firm. The kind of follow that they get, a lot of ministers follow. Like central minister, they reach out saying that, hey, can you connect me to this company? I watched your video. Now imagine that kind of credibility that you get. You can only get that with content because content opens doors for you, not the doors that you can't open. That's point number 2. Point number 1 is the doors that you don't know even exist. That is the important point. That is asymmetric returns. And I feel like a lot of decisions are gut-based decisions. And if you have all of these 5 things that I said, story, mission, depth, you should do it without thinking a lot about what number-based ROI I'm getting. Because apart from that, what you get is very interesting.
That's beautiful. Moving on, guys, tell me something. What kind of creators will die in the next 2 to 3 years because of not following the first principles of building a brand?
Months में हो जाएगा, years की बात नहीं है.
I think any creator that is obsessed about how many views each reel gets and not obsessed about what the end goal with their profile is will die. Today, when a creator who spent like 1 hour on shooting a reel is not getting as many views as the 10 other reels that they've made gets dejected and then realizes that, wait, I need to hack the system more and more. I need to do whatever is selling, which means I need in the first 3 seconds a shot of me crying or a shot of me yelling or a shot of me being inauthentic. That will steer people away from your profile. Yes, it will get you views spike in one reel, but it will make people feel like this is not who this person is supposed to be. And I think now people have become audiences have become really good readers of people, that they understand if a certain person is being performative, inauthentic, fake on the internet, and those are the kind of people that will die very soon.
So I feel like it boils down to like, you need to first know who you are and then play on your strengths. I think that's the fundamental we like to go with, because when someone comes to us and say that we want to build a personal brand, we actually make them feel like a long questionnaire. And if a person doesn't fill it, we don't work with them, because how would I make a strategy for you if I don't know who you are? I can't be templatizing things, right? I can't be putting stuff on you. Like something like, let's say, Arjun Vaidya's content. 70% of his account is AI led. It still works. Information hai, your personality is not required as much. Secondly, there's personality based content which Viraj is talking about. Ki, you know, you're traveling and all of that. I am a bit pessimistic to an extent that I'll say that probably AI can also replicate that tomorrow and it will still work, because people care about value at the end of the day. So people ask me, what if people know that it's my AI model? I ask them, what makes you think that they don't know already? So if you actually look around and ask people, they know कि वो AI देख रहे हैं, उनको पता है. काफियों को नहीं पता, but जिनको नहीं पता, it is just a matter of time. उनको पता है और वो फिर भी देख रहे हैं, because it's a new form of communication. आप 100 साल पहले जब खत लिख के भेजते थे, पॉइंट क्या है कि वो खत में बातें अच्छी लिखी है ना तो सामने वाला पढ़ लेगा. ठीक है, आज AI से वीडियो बनाओ, अगर वो वीडियो अच्छी है तो देख लेगा. पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड टू एक्सेप्ट इट एज अ न्यू फॉर्म ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. आई एम अ फुल बिलीवर ऑफ AI कंटेंट. आई एम अ वैल्यू बिलीवर. वैल्यू होगी, कल को AI है, कल को कुछ और आएगा, AI BI CI, इट विल स्टिल वर्क. On creators who will die, I feel like 3 types of creators will die. A, who do not understand when to evolve and when not to evolve. Because I feel like people generalize it by saying that, hey, you need to innovate. I feel like there are some values that you should not reinvent. There are things that you must stand for till you die.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah. For example, in your case, your value is, I'm making this channel for someone who wants to start a business or whatever your core value is. That should not change. Your fundamentals should not change. Your first principle should not change. Because that is how you build a community in the long run. If you keep changing your fundamentals, that's wrong. But you need to know what to change. You could change formats, like he said, right? Like you need to innovate. You could change formats. You could change your editing style. You could change whatever. But knowing what to change is a more important thing, which I feel people don't understand. Point number 2, I feel like creators who will die are the creators who will not build their personality alongside. So let's say you've been making content for 3 years. I see that a lot of fashion creators, lifestyle creators, who are not really fashion or lifestyle, they just say that I'm a fashion creator. They make videos and they're not speaking on camera. They're just doing some random B-roll stuff. तो हमें ये दिखता है कि यार मैं ना 100 क्रिएटर निकाल के रख दूंगा, सब सेम दिख रहे हैं. वो फॉन्ट भी सेम होता है उनका, मतलब इतनी भी मेहनत नहीं है कि फॉन्ट बदल लें. और उसके साथ प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आपकी एक वीडियो पे स्पाइक आया, बट हाउ डू यू कैपिटलाइज दैट स्पाइक? वॉट डिड द व्यूअर टेक अवे एंड वॉट डू पीपल टेक अवे फ्रॉम ईच ऑफ योर वीडियोज? अगर आपकी पर्सनैलिटी, यार मतलब गणेश, ऐसे लोग हैं 5-5 लाख फॉलोअर है, कोई जानता ही नहीं है कौन है. कुछ नहीं बनाया, सिर्फ बीरोल करके बना दो, फिर रोते हैं कि ब्रांड नहीं आ रहे, पैसा नहीं आ रहा. आप हो कौन? आपको ब्रांड पैसा क्यों देगा? अगर उसको 2 लाख घटिया व्यूज चाहिए, नॉन इंटेंट व्यूज चाहिए, तो बूस्ट कर दे या कुछ भी कर दे. सो सेकंड, बिल्ड पर्सनैलिटी अलॉन्ग साइड. धीरे करके पर्सनैलिटी डालो, विच इज व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग, राइट? अपनी स्टोरी डालो, कुछ तो डालो, क्योंकि कल को अगर वो फॉर्मेट आपका नहीं चला, आपकी इनोवेशन नहीं चली, नया कंटेंट, आपको पता है लोग मेरे को जानते, कुछ ना कुछ तो हो जाएगा. एंड थर्ड पॉइंट, people, creators who do not build the right teams, they won't function. I talk to so many creators, 1 million follower है, 1.5 million followers है, and I'm sometimes surprised that यार आप इतना पैसा कमा रहे हो. So हमने जब बिन स्टार्ट करी थी, हम क्रिएटर्स के साथ काम करते थे, अब हम बिल्कुल नहीं करते. We have 0 creator clients because we could never find that mindset in a creator. पैसे इन्वेस्ट करने का माइंडसेट नहीं, क्योंकि होर्डिंग है, कमा लेता हूँ जल्दी कमा लेता हूँ. In fact, you were the first creator we worked with who agreed on our rates. कि चल तू मांग रहा है, मैं दिव्य को बोल रहा हूँ ये इसने नेगोशिएट क्यों नहीं करा? भाई सही बंदा है, नेगोशिएट. एंड क्रिएटर्स डोंट हैव दिस. अ लॉट ऑफ क्रिएटर्स, और उनके लिए टीम जो बनाएंगे भी ना, उनके लिए टीम का मतलब क्या होता है? वीडियो एडिटर. अरे वीडियो एडिटर टीम थोड़ी होती है यार. वीडियो एडिटर तो मतलब वो टूल हो जाएगा 3 साल बाद. डू यू हैव समवन हु कैन टेक ऑफ योर थिंकिंग लोड? क्योंकि क्रिएटर का सबसे बड़ा एग्जिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस हो जाता है, मेरे आइडियाज काम क्यों नहीं कर रहे, और फिर इंपोस्टर सिंड्रोम हो जाएगा यार, ये सब ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. creator do not delegate thinking is the biggest mistake they make.
यार पता है लॉट ऑफ क्रिएटर्स हैव ईगो, तो उनको ना अच्छा, जब तुम डेलीगेट कर देते हो ना तो पीपल थिंक कि बहुत अच्छा फील होगा. ट्रूली डेलीगेट जब तुम पहली बार करते हो ना तो बहुत ज़्यादा अनइम्पॉर्टेंट फील होता है. एंड फाउंडर्स क्रिएटर्स आर यूज टू फीलिंग इम्पॉर्टेंट व्हेन दे वॉक इन टू एन ऑफिस. अ क्रिएटर तो एवरी सेकेंड फील्स इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट इफ यू truly create a machinery, you are irrelevant, and all good founders eventually become irrelevant. But anyway, I have
All good founders eventually become irrelevant. Can you walk me through a story and help me understand?
I'll tell you that. पर मेरा एक बहुत सिंपल आंसर है, मुझे काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग लगे दोनों थॉट प्रोसेस. मैं तो बहुत सिंपल सोच रहा था कि यार कौन क्रिएटर, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल आई थिंक फ्रॉम अ प्रोडक्शन लेंस, अगर मैं 700-800 वीडियोस बना रहा हूँ फॉर ब्रांड्स, आई एम सीइंग AI being a huge proponent of that journey where we are using AI to make different videos and AI will potentially disrupt production. मुझे लगता है 3 तरीके के लोग तो डन है भाई एकदम. पहला तो न्यूज़ रीडर्स. इफ़ यू आर समबडी जो आर्टिकल देखा, फाइनेंशियल न्यूज़ डिलीवर करी, AI न्यूज़ डिलीवर करी, XYZ न्यूज़, दे आर गॉन. If not, then eventually they'll be gone. अगर तुम अपने आप को कंपेयर करो with one person who has a million followers who delivers news, गलत, then you are bias है तुम्हारा, कि survivorship bias है कि एक इंसान. Second is, I think, pretty boy, pretty girl on the internet, dead. If you're just a pretty boy, just a pretty girl on the internet putting pictures, 3-4 years ago you would get a million followers, no longer the case. AI is unrecognizable. मुझे मेरी फट जाती है, मैं हर रोज we produce so much AI content every day, still when I see that, when it comes naturally on my feed, आपका दिमाग इतना नहीं सोच रहा होता. You're not always thinking, is it AI or is it not AI?
Bro, Netanyahu's video. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody was able to differentiate.
It is insane. So pretty girl, pretty boy on the internet, dead. People who only in capital, who only focus on good production, dead. अगर तुम्हारा सिर्फ मोड था कि अरे मैं सुंदर दिखने वाला वीडियो बनाता हूँ, dead. However, how can these people save themselves? I call it skill batching. You should start doing skill batching. There's a lot of value in the world of AI if you do skill batching. पहले बोलते थे ना मास्टर ऑफ टी शेप्ड स्ट्रक्चर, की एक चीज़ का मास्टर, बाकी चीज़ें थोड़ा बहुत भी पता है तो तुम ऐसा नहीं. अभी तुम्हें 2-3 स्किल्स अच्छे से आनी चाहिए. A news reader who is also an entrepreneur sharing experiences in some other reels, great. So if let's say I have a mix of 40% AI content, 60% natural content, and in 40% of content I'm just doing news reading, that works. So do skill batching. Pretty boy, pretty girl on the internet, start giving value, start having a personality, start telling stories, become a good storyteller. Good production, Veer Saini. Great production combined with storytelling, understanding of the right TG. So start doing skill batching. If you are in that area of content where you might be dead, I think the simplest way to do is, यार एक और चीज़ ऐड कर दो अपने content के अंदर. I think that's the simplest way in which I would put who will die and who will not. Now coming to डेलीगेशन, टीम बिल्डिंग इज़ अ वेरी इंटीग्रल पार्ट, एंड वन ऑफ द रीजन मुझे वही लगता है कि क्रिएटर्स इसलिए नहीं बनाते टीम, नॉट बिकॉज उनको पता नहीं है इंपॉर्टेंस टीम का, बट बिकॉज वी नो सो मेनी क्रिएटर्स हु आर फ्रेंड्स विद अस, आई एम श्योर विराज यू विल सेकंड दिस, उनकी फटी रहती है 5 साल ही पैसे कमाऊंगा, फिर बनाऊंगा कि नहीं बनाऊंगा मुझे नहीं पता, सैलरी कैसे दूंगा.
Scarcity mindset.
Scarcity mindset. Whereas a business that never operates from that. Like you've seen me take such random decisions. Like I spend money in my business like it's for free. Like I invest so much money so actively, and he used to call me an idiot. And I think over time he has turned around and said कि अच्छा ठीक है यार, actually this makes sense. But a creator never operates from that abundance mindset, because उनको लगता है कि यार 3-4 साल बाद मेरी relevance खत्म होने वाली है. क्योंकि so many of them never thought they'll be so rich. Whereas so many folks in business actually did imagine a big outcome, actually did make a plan. Creators का एकदम से पैसा आ जाता है, उनको लगता है अब मैं क्या करूं. तो उनको ना तो उन्होंने कभी सपना देखा था उतना बड़ा, ना उनको पता था उस पैसे का क्या करना, और जब आ जाता है then like, oh my god, I'm gonna hold on to this money like anything. Now coming to another problem, which is their ego, because with the statement which I said, all good founders are irrelevant to their business. All good founders are irrelevant to their business. If you can't be, then you're not a good founder. That's a harsh reality which I told myself 2 years ago. This mentality of do 8 on 10 but do it at scale, I have now owned it. So many times I can't, मैं client को भी देखता हूँ, अगर मैं 8 फिल्म्स बना रहा हूँ, 10 फिल्म बना रहा हूँ, मैं होप क्या मतलब, मुझे पता होता है 8 ही से ही चलेंगी. 10 रिटेनर है सोशल मीडिया पे, मुझे पता है 2 जाएंगे. I have to be okay with that, but that allows me to build a team, trust more in my team, and build capability team first. Now, when I go to an office now, you've seen me, we chill so much. We've built a good system in the company, and finally, we have a certain life. I am irrelevant to a large extent to my business. I don't think most creators and I know will accept that, because they're so used to attention. Their entire career is built on attention. You take that attention away, what will you get? Nothing. So if you're just a face, you'll feel like an actor, and I know for a fact that most creators will not like that feeling. And somewhere they also know this, and that allows them to not build a team. So combination of scarcity mindset, feeling that they'll be dead in 3 years in terms of their career, not having ever imagined that they'll make so much money, and the fact that they are so scared of being irrelevant, just does not allow them to build a team.
Can I give another opinion on this? Yeah. Also, I feel anybody who's in it to make money for 5 years, but quick burst, कि तुमने 5 साल में 5 करोड़ रुपए बना दिए, इफ इट वर्क्स फॉर यू बनाओ.
आप बना के हट जाओ.
हाँ, बना के हट जाओ, इन्वेस्ट करो स्टार्टअप में, नया बिजनेस डाल दो, जो भी करना है करो यार. माय पॉइंट इज, देखो हम लोग सब एक पर्सपेक्टिव से बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि it suits some of our business interests also. Let's be real.
100%,
all of
of
us. But my point is कि अगर तुम mercenary हो वापस, बनाओ, पैसा छापो भाई, ऐश करो, फिर छुट्टी मारो, फिर बाली शिफ्ट हो जाओ, फिर साउथ ऑफ फ्रांस शिफ्ट हो जाओ, गाँव चले जाओ, जो करना है करो. क्योंकि 5 साल में 5 करोड़ रुपए बहुत बड़ी इनकम होती है. FD में डाल दो.
बट उसका एक बहुत बड़ा डाउन साइड ये है, मैं 2 लोगों से मिला जिन्होंने ना थोड़ा राइज एंड फॉल देखा है. जब वो अटेंशन जा रहा होता है ना, वो प्रोसेस इतना पेनफुल होता है, वो ना इंसान को तोड़ देता है.
100%.
Yes.
और दूसरी चीज़ ये है, जब उस इंसान की करियर ख़त्म हो जाती है, फिर ना वो एनवी स्टेट में चला जाता है, क्योंकि उसके सामने एक और इंसान होता है जिसने
grow हो रहा है.
उसके ही ट्रेजेक्ट्री में उससे पीछे था, लेकिन अब उसके आगे होके वो चीज़ें कर रहा है और नए पॉसिबिलिटीज़ दिखा रहा है कि इस बिजनेस से क्या क्या बन सकता है. जब इंसान उस चीज़ को देखता है ना, तो इंसान अंदर से टूटने लग जाता है. एंड दैट इज़ अ वेरी वेरी पेनफुल फीलिंग. अ मर्सनरी gets on the task with no emotion and gets out of the task with no emotion.
And he's in the next industry then after that. So he is attaching no emotion to this
No,
process.
but Virat, do you think that's possible in this industry?
No, like
How-
again, like I said in the beginning, content is an industry of longevity.
Yeah,
and
exactly. तो यहाँ
very few mercenaries will actually be able to thrive. This is a game of passion. ये बॉल बेयरिंग वाला बिजनेस नहीं है. यहाँ पे दिल लगा के बोलना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि तुम एक तो अगर तुम बॉल बेयरिंग में ना, तुम B2B बिजनेस हो, तो तुम माल बेच रहे हो ना, उसमें तुमको ना इम्पोस्टर सिंड्रोम आ रहा है, ना तुम्हें सर्वाइवरशिप बायस आ रहा है, कोई हैवी वर्ड्स आ ही नहीं रहे.
तुम बस ये सोच रहे हो कि 10% मेरा मार्जिन है, बैंक लोन
खत्म
सैंक्शन
करो भाई, खत्म करो. यहाँ पे तुम पब्लिक फेसिंग हो, लोग 4 ओपिनियन भी दे रहे, लोग बोल रहे तू क्रिंज है, तू बेवकूफ़ है, DM में भी गाली दे रहे. तो उसके लिए अपना फाउंडेशन होना बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग और इम्पॉर्टेंट है. एंड दैट्स व्हेन the only ones that thrive know that even if they're going on a contrarian path, they're making contrarian opinions, they believe that to be right, and that is their shield and foundation against all the hate that could possibly exist, all the emotions that people pour on them through comments, etc. So
यार द रीज़न जो मैंने फेज बताया था ना, पैशन फोमो स्ट्रैटेजी, मैं इसलिए एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाता ओपिनियन, क्योंकि आई स्टार्ट विद पैशन एंड वी ग्रू बिकॉज ऑफ पैशन. हाउएवर व्हाई द वे आई लुक एट नाउ क्रिएटर्स आर कि बॉस, इट इज़ अ स्किल विच कैन बी लर्नड, डिप्लॉयड एंड स्केल्ड. एंड नाउ बिकॉज द इंडस्ट्री इज मोर ऑर्गेनाइज थैंक्स टू मे बी ऑल ऑफ आर एफर्ट्स, जो हमसे बड़ी एजेंसीज हैं, सबने ऑर्गेनाइज करी है इस इंडस्ट्री को. नाउ आई डू थिंक देर इज़ अ पोजिशन फॉर मर्सनरीज, जो आज से 5 साल पहले नहीं थी. आई ऑफन थिंक एंड आई टेल यू, I tell him ki bro, Ganesh, stop looking at Think School as Ganesh. Why can't Ganesh build the next Hindustan Times? Why can't Hindustan Times is a public company, crazy profits? Why can't you build the next Times? Why can't a fashion creator build the next Vogue? Why can't etc etc etc? Why can't creators, if they have a certain visibility scale, अगर 5 साल में वो मरने वाले भी हैं, श्योर वो पर्सनल ब्रांड उनका डाइल्यूट होगा, उनकी स्किल डाइल्यूट नहीं होगी. इनफैक्ट स्किल तो कंपाउंड ही हुई है. आई फील मोस्ट क्रिएटर्स जस्ट फेल टू थिंक बिग. उनके पास है ही नहीं, वो गूदा बोलते हैं, मतलब हरियाणा में कि गूदा ही नहीं है कि भाई वो एक बड़ा बिजनेस बनाने का सोच पाए, जो मैं जेन्युइनली चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि वो पैशन से सोचते हैं. पैशन से सोचने वाला इंसान अगर बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा सोचने लग जाए तो वो झूठ बोल रहा था कि वो पैशन से सोच रहा था, क्योंकि पैशन से सोचने वाला इंसान कभी कैपिटलिज्म को पहले नहीं रखता, पहले वो मिशन को पहले रखता है, पहले वो स्टोरी टेलिंग को पहले रखता है. But in businesses, if you count creator economy, the word economy means that it's part of a capitalistic world. As a business, I do think there are enough and more creators who, even if they die, sure, fuck it, keep it aside. तुमने जो skill compound करी है, think a bigger vision.
I'll tell you the person who's going to be this exact person. There's this creator called the Skintellectual Girl. Her name is Himi. She was at 0 followers in November. She's at about 200K or something in 3 months. Because we are in the business of spotting talent, I had reached out to her with the motive that I don't want to sign you. You should not sign with anybody. You should do 0 brand deals. You should just build trust and give people a solution in the form of your own brand, which exists as a deficit in the skincare industry. जो skincare industry अभी नहीं solve कर पा रही है, जो सारे influencers बोल रहे कि ये आज A product खरीदो, कल B product खरीदो, परसों C product खरीदो, you go the opposite direction of that. And I think she will be able to build a lot of equity value for herself, for her investors, and within this industry.
भाई एक इंटरेस्टिंग मैं तुझे बताता हूँ फ्रेमवर्क जो मैं एक हफ्ते पहले सोच रहा था कि व्हाट इज द इजीएस्ट वे टू डिस्टिल डाउन योर ग्रोथ इन द क्रिएटर इकोनॉमी. लाइक हु आर द क्रिएटर्स दैट विल ग्रो. आई डोंट थिंक द क्रिएटर्स दैट विल ग्रो आर गोइंग टू बी, जैसे हम कोट एंड कोट ब्रांड फ्रेंडली बोलते थे पहले कि अ गुड क्रिएटर इज ब्रांड फ्रेंडली, राइट? ह्यूज वैल्यू 5 years ago. I don't think that's valuable anymore. तो मैं सोच रहा था who will be valuable. So अपने आप से CDC बनाया मैंने, this is just for like math so that मुझे याद रहा है, मेरी याददाश्त इतनी ख़राब है. मैंने कहा यार anybody today if they want to strategically look at the content economy, they should create content. That content needs to be honest, needs to have a stance, needs to have personality, yada yada yada. We have discussed multiple things, needs to come from depth. Content creates distribution. Which brings the second point, which is distribution. Distribution builds audience, and audience is what that can be monetized, which means it builds commerce. So the next generation of creators will come not because they're hungry to get brand deals, but because they know that content today is so valuable that I can start creating content, then further create distribution from it, and that distribution is going to give me a very relevant audience, which is so monetizable that I can build commerce on top, and that commerce is going to be a very large business. And you've seen these examples play out around us, and more examples to be played out in the next 5 years. So much of the creator economy will evolve from brand deals, affiliate income, barter, event. Fuck it. Companies. So many companies, 1% startups will be built. Today, Emergent can build a prototype, but I'm sure like Emergent, like companies will be able to build proper functioning, fully running apps in a way that you can truly scale them as well. अभी शायद वो 80% सॉल्व कर लिए, बट दूर नहीं है वो दिन जब 20% भी सॉल्व कर लेगा वो. So what will matter? What will matter is, do you have the right authority, trust in the audience that buys that product, which you can then later monetize? What Revant did, what this girl, I've seen her content incredible. In fact, मैंने विराज की स्टोरी भी देखा था उसको. So huge, like now the time will come in the next 5 years that more strategic people will come in this business, apply frameworks like these, build really large companies out of it, which has already happened in the West.
But I feel like a lot of this is, you know what, it sounds good on paper that creators will come, build distribution and build companies. And I don't disagree with the theory. But I also feel like a lot of creators are overrated. वो ना अपने आप को एक स्पॉटलाइट में डाल देते हैं कि मेरे ना 5 लाख फॉलोअर हैं, ये देखो ये मेरा कैश, ये मेरा एक्सेल शीट है, मैं ये साबुन बनाऊंगा, इतना कन्वर्जन आएगा, ये करूँगा, ये बेचूंगा, इतना पैसा बिलियनर IPO खत्म. I don't think that works that way.
No, bro, that's actually a very myopic way to look at it. I'll explain what they're saying.
Yeah.
It fits in a framework, and what they mentioned is only one block of that framework. This framework is excitement, result, repeat, referral. This equals to strong brand, strong product, growth. Let's understand this framework very well. Excitement is, are you capable of creating excitement amongst your customers for your upcoming launch? Or are you capable of differentiating your product for a certain category of audience? Skintellectual girl, I think she can very easily differentiate and create excitement for her products in the skincare category. Once she creates excitement, her job is over. 1,000 people will buy her product. Those people need to see result, which is the second block of that framework. Once they see result, they will then talk about it and they will then tell other people about it. Eventually, those people will then get excited and buy her products. Referral. And the last is repeat. Will the same customers come back and buy from her again? If the answer to all these 4 questions is yes, you have a minimalist.
Exactly that I was
So,
telling you.
now the catch over here is most people think the creator is supposed to be the entrepreneur. No, the creator's job is to create excitement because customer acquisition cost is one of the biggest pain points in the edtech space. In fact, in every other space for that matter. In edtech, it's quite evident. In
All consumer products, brands.
in consumer still, people have money to pump in, they have performance marketing to run. So, it's not very evident until the business goes bust because you can still show losses, right? In edtech, it's quite evident that you spent X amount of money, 40% went into CAC. When it comes to consumer businesses, once that CAC disappears, the unit economics becomes magical. It becomes magical because you're already operating at a 10-20% margin. And there, I can't decrease COGS. I can't decrease the logistics cost, but I can definitely decrease marketing cost. And marketing cost is 30-40% of my budget because initially, my marketing cost will be on the upwards of 40% of my total revenue. And eventually, as the brand builds trust, it will go down from 40 to 30 to 20 to 10. Beyond that point, it's all referral. For example, when it comes to Zerodha, they don't need to market because traders keep talking about Zerodha, right? But the creator can give you that initial push whereby initially you will incur zero marketing cost provided you deliver a great product. And once that excitement gets created for a great product, referral and result catch up. Once referral and result catch up, it becomes impossible to stop that brand. And that's where people like Sahil Khan or Skintellectual Girl become extremely critical. In fact, beyond a certain point, they will have to move away from the brand to see if the result and referrals are still working. Once they move out of the brand, that brand will be worth, once they move out of the brand, that brand by itself will be worth 300-400 crores because now it can then fuel itself very, very quickly.
Interesting example दूं इधर.
So, just to conclude on that, the job of the creator brand बनाएगा जब हम बोलते हैं ना, तो हमको ऐसा लग रहा है कि creator खुद skincare product बना रहा है, खुद उसको market में लेके जा रहा है. नहीं, creator का काम ये है कि अपने audience में इतना trust और differentiation बना ले जिसकी वजह से स्टार्टिंग का जो 30-40% मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट है वो खुद अब्जॉर्ब कर ले या उसको एलिमिनेट कर दें और कस्टमर को जितना जल्दी हो सके उतना जल्दी रिजल्ट तक पहुंचाएं.
एक नुआंस ऐड करूं. मुझे लगता है द जॉब ऑफ द क्रिएटर इज नॉट टू अब्सॉर्ब द मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट. In fact, that is why I feel a lot of brands are not built. The job of the creator is to accelerate the journey by a couple of years. सिर्फ पहले 1-2 साल का marketing cost absorb करना है. Because after that, the creator's audience will also deplete. I think the creators जिनको लगता है कि मेरी audience से ही बस brand बन जाएगा और सिर्फ marketing ही एक portion है to genuinely build a brand are the ones that fail. A great example of this is Palmanas. Everyone knows that Shraddha has equity in the business. She has provided her distribution, provided her face, provided her trust, but Amrita came in one of the campaigns. I think that was a really smart move, which allowed me to think कि boss, there has to come a point when the core creator also detaches themselves from the business. Because एक creator का भी ना अपना एक limited दायरा है जो वो जिस तरीके के audience को attract कर रहा है.
Correct.
Eventually the brand needs to become larger. लाइक अभी किसी ने अगर टीरा जैसा ब्रांड शुरू किया होता है इवेंचुअली उसको डिफरेंशिएट कर अपने आप को हटाना पड़ता है उस ब्रांड से बिकॉज अ ब्रांड लाइक टीरा नीड्स मे बी 5 ब्रांड एम्बेसडर्स. सो द जॉब ऑफ द क्रिएटर व्हेन अ क्रिएटर शुड आल्सो नेगोशिएट अ डील विद एन ऑपरेटर एंड सो मेनी हैव creators I know for a fact in our network who have failed to negotiate a deal with an operator because they go with the mindset हाँ तू 10% ले ले 90% मिला. अरे उल्टा होना चाहिए भाई, तेरे पास होना चाहिए 20-30%.
Correct.
Give the operator the incentive to build the business for you. You in fact work heavily the first 2 years, then you take a back seat.
Yeah.
Your job is done. Your job was to accelerate the marketing by 2 years. So the creator should eventually, in my opinion, that when that eventually comes, it's up to the business, etc. But eventually take a step back and be just part of the marketing.
Okay, guys, just to conclude this podcast now, give me one takeaway and one controversial opinion that you have about the creator economy.
brands need to stop thinking of creators like walking billboards. Please don't send me another brief where I have to just take 50 names and 50 features and just say it to the camera. I'm not a walking billboard. If you need a billboard, there are plenty outside. Take a billboard. Don't consider a creator a walking billboard. Let the creator deliver your brand story the way their audience wants them to deliver, not how you want them to deliver. So that's a huge learning that I feel a lot of brand managers need to have. Please, I, Viraj, and all the creators or the creators that he's managing are not walking billboards. We have a personality, and that is why the creators are special.
Beautiful.
So that's a hot take.
Aryan, one takeaway and one controversial opinion.
Two opinions actually. Social media, most people get social media wrong, including the biggest of the agencies, biggest of the companies. They do not really understand how it works. We didn't get the chance to talk about first principles thinking, but I believe that anyone who really wants to crack social media has to have this philosophy that we follow at Binge Labs, and we work with over 90 clients, make like 2,500 video har mahine ke. Replace the word algorithm with audience. Anytime you do anything in content, if you do something, it works, there is an audience psychology behind it. If you do something, it does not work, there is audience psychology behind it. I was speaking to this creator. He was actually a he was a founder. I was speaking to this founder and he showed me content क्या है. मेरे को लग रहा है इंस्टाग्राम ने ना मेरे को शैडो बैन कर दिया है. मैंने कहा क्यों? कह रहा है यार इतनी वीडियो डाल रहा हूँ चल नहीं रहा. शैडो बैन इज अ वेरी कॉमन थिंग. लाइक आई एम श्योर एवरीवन हियर्स दिस. Ganesh, when I saw the content, I told him कि A, you're not shadow banned, your content is the problem, of course. But B, your content is so bad that it should get shadow banned. Of course. So, I mean, of course, that was a joke, the idea.
Aryan ज़्यादा
aggressive हो गया थोड़ा.
See,
Aryan
that's
is
it.
passionate about shadow banning.
Yeah. So, I believe like most people get social media wrong. You have to think from first principle POV. You have to think from an audience POV. That's one. Secondly, specifically, founder branding is not for everyone. You need to have certain things to actually be a founder brand. But if you have those traits, if you have a story to tell, if you have done something in life, if you have something in life that others would learn from, and if you're not doing it, you're actually missing out a lot. One thing that I have learned, I feel like the beauty of social media is that there are no rules. And the worst part about social media is that there are no rules. So no rules.
Beautiful. Viraj.
Takeaway is that there are two types of creators. One is that the ones that work for the algorithm. The other is the ones that work for themselves. The ones that work for the algorithm are chasing trends, hooks, etc. constantly. The ones that work for themselves are very foresighted in what it is that they want to present themselves as what their end goal is. Algorithm rewards consistency of format, and when you're working for yourself, that is rewarded by consistency of character. So you should go for the latter as much as possible. Does that mean you don't improve your hooks? Of course not. Improvise on strategies, bring on people that can help you on those, but define your character, define your foundation. Hot take is that I'm not sure if this is a hot take, but everybody should do content because it not only gives you asymmetrical returns, but it teaches you a lot about yourself. I don't think this is the world of shy people. 2026 is the time where you go out and talk about whatever it is that you're doing. Doesn't matter what your platform of choice is. It can be Twitter, LinkedIn, it can be Substack for that matter. It does not matter. Just put out your work.
Can I add one more point?
Yeah.
I haven't addressed brands, of course, because that's their POV better. But one thing if I have to tell to brands is that you should work with specialized companies because every creative skill is a skill of specialization. Which is why even at Binge Lab, we chose to stick to one thing that we will only do social media. And because we work with founders, we get so many opportunities that are easily available to us, right? People come to us say that यार आप मेरा personal branding करो, आप मेरे brand के लिए ad बना दो, आप मेरे लिए influencer marketing कर दो. We don't do it because we feel like a person making ads can't do social media, a person doing social media can't make ads. I'm talking about the best skills. See, average anybody can do. I feel like if you are a brand and if you want to do marketing, bifurcate that into verticals, find companies who are great at that. If a company is great at ads, go to them for ads. If a company is great at, let's say, influencer marketing, go to that for influencer marketing. If a company is great at personal branding, social media, go to that. Specialization is the key to success in marketing. That's that.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. This has been wonderful.
Thank you so much. Amazing.